Welcome to the United States of Tiffany. Our commentary offers a humorous take on wrestling. Please note, we're not bullying or attacking the wrestlers. We're engaging with the choreographed sport and its storylines. Our jokes and observations are about the characters and storylines, not the real people behind them. Tourists and citizens alike, welcome. Enjoy the show, and remember, it's all in good fun.
Alrighty then. So this is part two of Freestyle Wednesday, and I'm not going to keep you guys here long. I did the podcast with the girlies today because this is the time that they had available. And well, it ran over a little bit, but you guys pretty much got the gist of all of the wrestling. The only thing that we missed of going over is Slammiversary. The reason why we're going to go over Slammiversary is because it is imperative that we understand how Slammiversary is going to work out for WWE and TNA as a whole. Okay, so let me switch out the banners for that, and here we go. All right, sir. Slammiversary is on Sunday, July 20th, and this is going to be a major show. So let's start off with the match that's pivotal for WWE and TNA. We now know that JC Jane is the one who is going to be defending the NXT Women's Championship going into Slammiversary. Okay. But this match has a stipulation. Whoever wins will be the first woman and the first person ever to hold a WWE championship and a TNA championship simultaneously. They will represent both companies as a dual champion. Okay. This is history making, groundbreaking, and completely unheard of. You guys know the old man would have never done anything like this. So doing this is crazy. All right. Now, the reason why I brought this up is if you let me run the show, I can get to NXT. But you gotta let me run the show. So let me get back into the groove. Kind of lost my footing there. But the reason why I brought this up is because yesterday with NXT, a lot happened on NXT. I'm going to keep it short and brief. I'm not going to drag it out or make it too long or make it unnecessary. We ain't doing all of that. We're going to keep it short and sweet. Okay? Now, Masha Slamovich and came to NXT to confront JC Jane. Now, JC Jane was out there talking cash shit about everybody. Okay, she was basically running down everybody. Oh, y'all thought I was a paper champion? Oh, you lost it. I'm never gonna lose this championship. I'm the queen. Now, well, what happened was her homegirls lost. They didn't really do their job. She was like, y'all was not on the ball. People dropped the ball and lost the match. Okay, but it's okay. It's okay because They will get better as long as they're standing next to me. And I was like, but girl, like, if we keeping it real and keeping it all the way funky, you ain't never stood on your own 2 feet. JC, come to the front, babes. JC Jane, your ass has always been tied to somebody in order for you to succeed. Even when you was by yourself and there was no more toxic attraction, no more Gigi, no more Mandy, where were you? Sniffing up Thea Hill's ass and going over there to chase you. You had nothing going on. If you are by yourself, you operate like you don't understand how this actually works. But when you finally get in a crew, you use the crew to bolster you. And then when that happens, you treat them like they're expendable, which is crazy to me because without them, you would never have gotten that title. Let me reiterate, without Fallon and Jasmine, you wouldn't be champion and you still wouldn't be champion. To be fair, Lainey Reed could have been champion. Okay. Jordan Grace would have been champion if it hadn't been for Blake Monroe. And then Masha came out there and clocked your ass real quick. Masha was like, you out here being real boisterous, you real loud, but you not being loud about the facts. The facts are that your ass was in the ring wrestling. Blake cost Jordan her match, and that's why you're still champion. Not only did you get clocked by Masha, but you got clocked by also Soul and Zaria. Cause Soul was like, you'll be the only 2 belt champion in TNA. Sis, let's count together. One. Can you say two? Two. We have 2 belts. No, ma'am. And I got mines on my own. I didn't need no help from nobody, unlike you. I was like, period. Periana. Clock the T. Clock it. Because people is they're so delusional. They're so delusional. Okay? Now, let me tell you what else happened. Okay? They low key got into a fight. They start bumping heads. Okay, and this led to a match at the end of the night. Okay, which I'll get to in a minute. Now the match scheduled for the 6-man tag team match with Trick Williams, Joe Hendry, and Mike Santana was against Dark State. This match was interrupted by the system. Okay, now Dark State ended up getting attacked by not only the system, but Mike Santana and Joe Hendry. They start going at it, okay? But shit, Trick was standing there, didn't get in there, didn't try to do nothing. Okay. Now during this match, Dark State dominated the match until Joe Hendry was able to get the tag off of Mike Santana. Now, Joe Hendry cleared the ring and got everything together. But then Trick Williams got mad because nobody tagged him in, and he decided to berate his teammates for not bringing him into the match. This led to both teams taking him out, and then the system came out there and attacked. And this attack came from, of course, of course, Dark State coming in and attacking not only um Matt Cardona, but the system in TNA. And they, like I said, they came for some retaliation. And that's what had happened. Okay. Now the system ended up beating everybody down along with, and Dark State ended up getting taken out, and everybody else from NXT ended up getting taken out of the ring. And the only people that was standing was TNA wrestlers. TNA wrestlers was standing tall, honey. Okay. Now in this match, it was Callie Armstrong versus Carmen Petrovich. And it was Callie's debut in NXT as the Evolved champion. And they was doing pretty well in this match, but that match did not get to last long because Jordan Grace has been on a tear ever since Blake Monroe cost her match at Evolution. She's screaming for Blake Monroe to come out there. And then when they had Stevie and Robert come out there, she laid out Stevie, took out Robert, and then there was before that, there was a vignette that played. And Blake Monroe basically told her that, she just wanted Jordan Grace to see what a real woman looks like, what a real wrestler looks like. And she's cordially invited and has a front row seat to see for herself because next week Blake Monroe is having her debut match against none other than Ren Sinclair. Speaking of Ren Sinclair, Tavion Heights is ready to leave NQC. He feels like he has outgrown the group. And of course, Charlie Dempsey thinks that he's not ready because he was able to best him in this match. Now, Tavion is arguing with Red, and he's basically telling her, like, listen, it's not nothing against y'all, but I want to fly my own flag. I want to move my own way. Look at what's going on with Miles. Miles is able to move and do his own thing. I want to do that too. And Ren is like, I understand, but Charlie, he's going. Charles is going through a lot, and he did beat you. So, like, come on. And he was like, okay, but he was like, and she said next week I got a match with Blake, so I really want this to be about me. Now Charles is over there egging it on like you already got beat once. If you want to run it back and get beat again, you can get your ass whooped again, but it just means you're gonna stay. And this is my problem, like. Tavion, you a grown ass man, dog. Ain't no way I'm gonna let no other grown man tell me I can't do nothing. Like, who is you? Who you? Like, are you crazy? I shouldn't have to wrestle you to get out of no group. If I walk away, bitch, I'm gone. Period. But Ren trying to calm the storm because she like, listen, it's my time now. It's time for me to do me. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all can argue and fight about whatever the hell y'all want to later. But right now, it's about me next week. Tavion like, okay, cool. It's about you next week. I'm going to table this for now, but we going to make this about you. And I got your back. I'll support you. And Charles was like, okay, sure, whatever. It's about Ren, but you know what's up. Tavion like, bitch, all right. No, so they, going back and forth. I feel like some shit going to go down and cost Ren this match. Ren going to lose either way, but I feel like some shit going to go down. Now, there was a triple threat with Tony D'Angelo, Stacks, and Luca Crucifino. Now, let me tell y'all something. I actually really enjoyed this match with them. I thought this match was hella fun. Okay. I really, really, really enjoyed this match. I thought it was so much fun. And Tony looked great. He was not missing no words, no punches. He Uncle Phil Stacks out of that damn after he speared him through that stage. Oh, chef's kiss. It was so good. It was such a good way to end the family. The only thing I'm like a little bit peed off about is Rizzo. Where is she? Like she hasn't shown up yet, and I'm trying to figure out where did she possibly go? Because Tony's been having her stashed away to protect her from Stacks, but Stacks don't care about her. He don't care about her at all. Like I really want I really want to know what she's been doing and what she's been up to. Like, what are you how are you gonna incorporate yourself in this, sis? I'm very, very concerned. I'm very, very, very much curious, honey. But Tony D'Angelo did beat Luca and Stacks in that triple threat, and I have to say it was very good. So if you missed it, go back and watch it because it's well worth the watch. Now, earlier in the night, we saw that Jasper was sent to Ava's office, and Jasper is a bitch. I don't know no other way to explain it for you so you understand. But one thing I can't stand is a man who mad for nothing. Like, sir, you came into NXT pissed off. Now you just mad to be mad. And to be fair, you talking about some, he came into my space. No, they were having a match. It was clearly an accident, and you took it as a way for you to hurt somebody. And that's your only way of moving. And my thing is, this is why you'll never get over. This is why you ain't gonna get no titles, and you will always be somebody who's just looked at as a bruiser and not really a superstar because you don't have shit else going for you. You have nothing. Like you be walking around here hollering and screaming with your emo shit, and I'm just sick of it. You ain't been there but for 5 minutes, and I'm already tired of your shit. Okay, I'm tired of you. I'm tired of your brooding personality. I'm tired of you and your emo crying bullshit. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it because nothing that you say or do makes any sense to me. You pre-attack Obafemi, still lose against him. You pre-attack Javon Evans, still lose against him. Now you then attack Ricky Saints, took his opportunity at winning the championship away from him, and now y'all finna fight next week. I'm pretty sure you probably gonna end up finding a way to steal that match from Ricky if don't nobody else get involved. but it just baffles me how you behave in such a manner that everybody has to walk on eggshells around you. I would never give a fuck about what you're talking about. Ricky made it very clear. He was like, "You cost me my championship, and you out here being mad because I bumped into you during a no during a falls count anywhere match. If you didn't want to get bumped into, you shouldn't have been back there. Anybody who's back there could easily get a person thrown into them, tapped, foot stepped on, whatever. Like, nigga, go home. Your match was over. You should have been out of the fucking building anyway. What were you doing?" So Ava was like, "Listen, I don't give a fuck about what you're talking about. Your ass is not gonna be out here inserting yourself into matches that I've made, costing people opportunities in matches simply because your feelings is fucking hurt. That's not how we do things here. You might be the winner of LFG, but bitch, you're in NXT, and I'm the authority here, and you will work the matches that I sanction." And he was like, "Okay, whatever." Well, he was doing this and that. He was like, "You know what? You and Ricky Saints have a match next week. So be gone." He was like, "All right, say less." No, you're the one who says less. You barely say anything. Like, I'm surprised you could string together more than 2 words at this point, sir. Anyways, Lash Legend also got a nice little vignette. She had a successful evolution. Even though she lost in the Battle Royal, she was one of the last two to go toe to toe with Stephanie Bakura. Now, she was backstage talking to the backstage correspondent, and she was having her moments. And who else could show up and rain on people's party is Jada Parker. Jada Parker is she is the I'm gonna be quiet. I'm just gonna say she irritates me because it's always something with her. For whatever reason, she found a need to insert herself into Lash's conversation. Jada Parker was like, "You was not the only one who was getting cheered. I was getting cheered in your hometown, and I eliminated Natalia Neidhart." I'm like, okay, so who cares, bitch? Like, please go find something else to do. Like, what is your problem? Is my biggest issue with her. Like, yo, like, you are always in your feelings. You are always in somebody's mess. And it's just like, bitch, do you have anything else to do? You either starting a fight with somebody or you interjecting yourself into somebody else's stuff. Has nothing to do with you. The conversation wasn't even about you. By the time Lash Legend ended the match, bitch, your ass was sitting down in the back in catering, waiting for the match to end. You were not even a factor. You got eliminated. So what are you talking about? Please. She was like, basically, Lash Legend was like, whoever wins between JC and Masha, I'll be here next week at NXT to confront whoever is champion to solidify my place as the next person to challenge for that title. And then Jada Parker was like, "Well, you're gonna have to stand behind me because I'm gonna be out there too." And Lash was like, "Girl, you delusional as hell." And I was like, I mean, if the shoe fits, sis, like, please. Move around. Your ass done had 3 or 4 opportunities at a championship and ain't capitalized or won nothing. You don't went up against what? 2, 3 champions and still ain't gained a title at this point. I'm starting to believe it's you, sis. Okay? Like, please. Go sit down. Now the NXT champion, Obafemi, got into it with Josh Briggs and Yoshi Inamura. And it sounds like that they're going to have a triple threat for this title, probably at NXT Heatwave, because that is the next PLE that's coming up. It is NXT Heatwave. These 3 ended up brawling. Josh is causing so much friction between these 2. I don't understand why he's doing that, but I'm starting to believe it have a lot to do with him being in this match because he wants to be. Give me the remote. Can can you give me the remote? What are you trying to do to it? Just turn it the other way. That's all. because he wants to be a part of this match. He obviously wants another title shot, and he's weaseling his way in. And once Inamura figures it out, he's gonna go ballistic. But they're gonna make this a triple threat because he has been acting a damn fool when it comes to this NXT championship. So it looks like it's gonna be a triple threat heading into NXT Heatwave. Finally, the closer of the show was Masha Slamovich, Sol Ruka, and Zarya facing off against Fatal Influence. Fatal Influence lost once again as a team. They can't never win shit as a team, which is wild. That is some wild shit. But if Fatal Influence lost, the for whatever reason, um, the Cullen came out there and they were taken out by Sol Ruka and Zarya. And the NXT Tag Team Champ Tank and Tank came out there to, calm that storm. Now it was Masha left alone to face off against Fatal Influence, but um JC Jane got hit with a Northern Lights bomb and she won the match. Her rest of her homegirls was nowhere to be found. JC Jane once again ate the pin for the team. Child, at this point, it's very much proof that you are a beatable champion. It's just when title shots are coming around, your homegirls pop up when they need to pop up. But see, the problem I'm having is JC had a little interview prior to Evolution. She ain't bring her homegirls with her, lied to them about the time, embarrassed them in NXT this week, probably gonna cut a fool in TNA on Thursday. And then you got Sunday where they wrestling. Now, if it was me, and I set it up, I would have Fatal Influence drop her ass at Slammiversary and let her fight Masha Slamovich on her own. And then I would have her lose and drop that title to Masha right then and there. Um, and there you got it. There you have it. That is NXT, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Now, like I said, Slammiversary is a big proponent of this because it will determine the trajectory of this women's division going forward. Are we going to have JC Jane leading the charge in terms of being a dual champion, or is Masha Slamovich going to be the one leading the charge into the new era for TNA and WWE? I don't know. But getting into some more matches, this triple threat with Trick, Mike, and Joe is heating up and it's getting more and more volatile. They have one more, just a few more days before they start to have to prove who is going into Slammiversary with the most momentum. I don't know who it's going to be, but these three men are going to fight hard as tough as nails. And all that I ask is that Trick Williams drops this title to one of them. It could be Mike Santana, it could be Joe Hendry, but he needs to drop the title. Also, Moose is facing off against Leon Slater, and I do think that Moose should drop this title to Leon Slater. Moose doesn't need it. He never should have had it, in my opinion. And that's just the way I'm going to leave it. Then you have this World Tag Team Championship ladder match. And it's going to be the Rascals versus the Nemeth versus the Hardys versus First Class. And they're going to be competing for the TNA Tag Team Championships. And then you have the Women's Knockouts Championships. The Inspiration is facing off against Elegance Brand, I believe. The Elegance Brand. And so they are your Knockouts Tag Team Champions at the moment. So we will see who's going to win between this in this match. And then you've got an interesting fight here. The last time I saw Cedric Alexander on TV, Tasha Steelz was low blowing Cedric and costing him an opportunity in really, this weird turn of events between Cedric Mustafa and Tasha Steelz. It's just strange. I don't know if the good hands are also going to turn on Cedric, but they just might. But Mustafa and Cedric are scheduled to face off one-on-one in Long Island, New York for Slammiversary. And I, for one, cannot wait because I feel like it's going to be very, very interesting. And finally, if you care, Tessa Blanchard, and I hate this for Indy Hartwell. But Tessa Blanchard is facing off against Indy Hartwell, and it's just a one-off match, and we'll see who's gonna win there. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to be your week in wrestling. There's some more stuff to cover, but I promised y'all I would not hold y'all too long over here. So we are going to get into SummerSlam and where it's headed because, babes, the match card for SummerSlam is getting full. It's filling up. It is set in stone. Jade Cargill did win the Queen of the Ring tournament, so she will be facing off against Tiffany Stratton for her women's championship. Okay. Now I'm curious as to the promos that are going to be cut on Friday. I want to see how Tiffany holds her own against Jade Cargill. Tiffany's not exactly the greatest with promos, and she don't really bounce that well off of Jade Cargill. They don't vibe in terms of promos and everything. They're not bad in the ring against each other, but they don't vibe that well in terms of promos. So I am very, very curious. Very curious. But anyways, let me make sure I got them all. Hmm. Hmm. I have Becky's. Oh, they got CM Punk and Gunther's up. Nice. Okay. And I'm pretty sure Roman Reigns and Jey Uso are going to be facing off against Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed at SummerSlam. I'm like 1,000% sure that that's going to happen. Um, yeah. So, anyways, here is the match card for SummerSlam right now as we know it. SummerSlam is set for August 2nd and 3rd of this year, and it's only a few weeks away, which is crazy. Literally, it'll be 2 weeks on the 19th of July, which is nuts. But Lyra Valkyria will challenge Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. You have this non-title bout, which is a tag team match between Jelly Roll and Orton, and of course Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre. You also have I uploaded this twice. Crazy. That's crazy. These are all title bouts that have all been scheduled. So Jade Cargill will face off against Tiffany Stratton. CM Punk will face off against Gunther. And of course, the Women's World Championship will be decided in a triple threat. And the big kahuna, Cody Rhodes will face off against John Cena once again for the WWE Championship. I'm pretty sure it's going to be I beat you before, yada, yada, yada. I'm going to embarrass you again, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. So we shall see how it all plays out. Any questions? Any questions? Hmm? Okay. Oh, well, that was the angle they were talking about on the dirt sheets. Good for them. Basically, what she said in the comment is that Jelly Roll was scheduled to be on Jimmy Kimmel, along with Randy Orton. He was there. Randy and Drew started brawling in the backstage area. And then Jelly Roll put Logan Paul through a table. So, yeah, sure. Whatever's. Um, mhm, mhm, mhm. I'm just going through the motions, y'all. So we're gonna take a quick break since we've already covered everything. Ooh, we're only at 20 minutes. Love that. I am going to get up out of here. For those of you who want to talk more about wrestling, We will talk about wrestling more on Friday after SmackDown. Okay, so we're gonna take a quick little break. I'm gonna readjust. We're gonna do SBC chat, and then I'll be out y'all here. I promise. Let me double check. I honestly don't need to see it. So, but if it's on IG, cool, whatever. Um, quick break and we'll be back.
Still don't know my worth, still stressing perfection. Let you all in my mental, got me looking too desperate. Damn, you ain't deserve.
Alrighty then. So let's do SBC chat and get on out of here. Question number one. Usually, I'm not a violent man. All I ask is for my females to be honest with me. My mother lied a lot during my childhood, and I can't take it. I've been with Rochelle for a few months, and I moved in with her. And I overheard her telling someone on the phone that she needed a break from me and wanted to link up. I confronted her. She lied and said she was linking up for breakfast, not for a break from me. I saw red and smacked her for lying. Ooh, I hope she whipped your ass. Oddly, she turned on the stove to fry fish. She threw that hot grease on your dead shit. I was yelling at her and she spun around with the skillet and threw hot grease at me. I knew it. We slipped on the floor tussling and she brought the skillet down and fractured my shoulder. She put hot, greasy knots on my head too. Couldn't fight back because of the hot grease. We forgave each other, but when I raised my voice, she heads for the stove to cook. She heats grease in the skillet, but doesn't add meat. I believe hot grease is her weapon of choice. I get nervous when she cooks. I refuse to be bullied like this, but I really like her. Advice, it sounds like you're getting your ass whooped into submission. And for one, am very glad that you are getting your ass whooped. It's the fact that you would even think about raising your hand to a female because of what your mama used to do to you. If you don't like lying, maybe you should go to therapy. Therapy to work out your mommy issues instead of using that as an excuse to abuse women, you pasty bitch. What is wrong with you? Oh my God. Go to therapy. Fucking weirdo. Not your favorite part. She said, I love Greece. Oh, shit. Question number two. No shade, really. But I'm always seeing TikToks about black women being so loving and magical. Magical is in quotes, by the way. But we've been married for 3 years, and my husband's family doesn't like me because I'm white. That's fine. But I never thought my sister in law would turn on our 2-year-old son because he's mixed. He's a child. He should be included in the family birthdays, birthday parties, and events. They don't invite him anymore. My husband doesn't check them about this either. He's been going out without me, too. I'm grown, and I admit my past mistakes because of that. My son failed my husband's DNA test. Bitch, why would you say that? What do you mean he failed? You failed. What the fuck? Like, my son failed my husband's DNA test, but my son's real father resembles my husband, so no one should trip about it. His family got the DNA test behind my back, and I don't want the results to break us apart. How do I make everyone understand that we're still married so my son is still our son? These loving black girl magical women are pulling my husband away from me. Advice, first of all, don't blame our black girl magic for your hoish ways. Okay? If you loved your husband so much, why is you out here fucking other niggas and getting pregnant by him? Girl, stop with the madness. Stop playing. Why are you blaming you blaming the black women who telling him the truth? Girl, go to hell and find your son's real father so he can have a relationship with his daddy, or at least go make him pay child support. Stop trying to force a relationship with this man. He don't want you like that. He going out without you because he mad because you don't have a baby on him. Like, keep it real. If he went and had a baby with another girl, you would be out here spitting bullets. Stop blaming it on black women and start taking responsibility for your own actions, Becky. Weirdo. Weird ass bitch. Just pissed me off. So fucking weird. Kitty! Now she said she was here. Hi, Kenny. He said it's like that one scene in that movie with Regina Hall and the belt with the soap on the floor. It was baby oil, and it was Regina King and baby oil when she was beating up on Alonzo. Yeah, because he was cheating on her with some white woman, and he was trying to sell their family business and shit. Like, he is shady as fuck. Like, it don't make no sense for him to be that shady and do her that dirty. Like, you could have just got a divorce. But he was a dirty ass nigga. Like, it's so many do dirty ass niggas in movies. I really want to do a whole podcast about it, about how much I hate these particular villains from movies, because you just want to choke the shit out of them. You know what I'm saying? Kira over here cracking up, child. This bitch had the audacity to include black women in this shit. Like, girl, go to hell. Hello, mi gentes and lesser thans. Hi, Kitty. Mi gentes is hilarious. Anyways, question number 3. We are steam rolling through. Okay. Question number 3. Boyfriend told me he was in Atlanta for 6 months to train for the military. What military base is open in Atlanta? I thought Tyler Perry bought it. It ain't no military base in Atlanta.
It's one it's Macon, Valdosta.
In Atlanta, though?
No, it's not in Atlanta because, like I said, there's one in Macon, Georgia, and then the other one is in Valdosta.
Atlanta, Georgia, and its surrounding area are home to several military bases. It says surrounding area. Dobbins Air Reserve Base, Fort McPherson, and Fort Gillum.
Yep.
Dobbins is located in Marietta. Fort McPherson, while no longer an active military base, is a historic site for military significance. Fort Gillum, another former Army post, was located in Forest Park of Atlanta. So there's no active military base except for Dobbins Air Reserve Base, and it is not in Atlanta. It is in Marietta.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a red flag in itself. Like, what was you doing there? What you talking about? Anyways, we didn't keep in contact because he was in training, he said. However, he was a contestant on a YouTube reality show. Was it Pop the Balloon? He lied about having a girlfriend, me, and about having a son. He hooked up with a woman and was filmed traveling the city and living with her. He asked me not to watch the show. He was eliminated before the season ended. And he says the romance on the show was staged. I followed the gossip blogs about the show, and he was eliminated because his DL lifestyle was exposed. Girl, he said that part was part of the script. They're trying to shop it to networks. He is still in contact with these friends from the show. What to believe? Girl, this nigga lied about being in the military the whole time he was being a contestant on the show. He had a woman on the show that he was living with. And not only that, but the man is on the DL and sleeping with men. You need to be more concerned about what is going on with you and if you got any STDs. Because this man is not only sleeping with other women, he's sleeping with other men. And while I'm not mad at you for being, fluid, bi, or whatever the case may be, at the same time, if this man is doing this shit behind your back, so there's no telling how much protection he is using.
Man, I do the business.
If I was you, shut the fuck up, Jared. If I was you, I would get my ass the fuck up out of here immediately and go get tested. Like, are you crazy? Have you lost your mind? What to believe? Believe the damn test that tells you what you got, ho. That's what you believe. Nuts. Not suspect. He lived a triple life? A triple life. Yes. We're moving on. We got two more questions left. Question number 4. My boyfriend's mama accused me of stealing her weed out of her purse, and we fought about it. You fought your boyfriend's mother over some marijuana? We argue a lot, but this time things got physical, so my boyfriend told me to leave. I'm pregnant. She fought you while you was pregnant?
Come on, no, damn it.
I'm pregnant. It's his house. His baby mama should be more important than his mama, right? I lost the fight and the weed was trash. He's pampering her and ignoring me. Help me turn this around before. Let me get this right. You stole his mother's marijuana. You're smoking it and you're pregnant.
Yep.
And she's the problem? I'm not helping you do nothing. You need to go get you some help. Because there's no way you willingly smoked weed while you was pregnant. Like, fuck the fight. You were smoking weed while you were pregnant. And then you fought this nigga's mom and you stole her weed. Like, you actually did steal it. No wonder why he kicked your dumb ass out. Like, you are a hood booger. Weirdo. Question number 5. Oh my God, that is so disheartening. Tiffany D and me got engaged 2 years ago. Why her name gotta be Tiffany? On her birthday last month, she created a fake memorial page and obituary for me. Not she killed you. Telling her subscribers that I passed away from accidental carbon monoxide poisoning. Most of her fan base is overseas and sent her cash apps and gifts because she told them I was gone. I like the money, but I hate how she earns it. I'm not going to marry her. Should I expose her to her fans before I walk away? I know all her passwords. What to do? Yes, because she is a scammer. That's scamming. Like, and she like lied, and that is like, yes, expose her. Like, what's wrong with you? Oh my God. That is so wrong on so many levels. Last one, y'all, and then I'll be out your hair. My ex was a toxic liar and cheater, and I got away from him after 3 years of hell. He took our breakup hard and kept my personal items, and that had sentimental value to me. Childhood photos, my mom's jewelry. My mom passed, and those items meant a lot to me. Meanwhile, I met a new guy. He has a good job, and he's serious about me. After 2 months of no contact with my ex, he promised to return my stuff if I went to dinner with him. He wanted us to part ways like adults. No, he don't. He up to something sinister. He really wanted to show off the new car some woman let him drive. I can't believe you. He wanted to show off the new car some woman let him drive, so I gave him some in it and left my panties behind for her to find. He is not the only one that was toxic in your relationship. I got my belongings and went to visit my new guy. We got it on for the first time that night. We used protection, but now I'm pregnant. I want my baby, but my new guy refuses to have unprotected sex with me. So there's no way to pin that child on him. This would be his first baby. He always uses protection. I asked him why, and he said, because I smelled like another nigga the first time we did it. So he thought I was for the streets. I'm not, though. How to trick him into going raw before I start showing. What? You're not concerned about the fact that you are pregnant with your ex's baby and this nigga knows that you have slept with somebody else and you're talking about you're not for the streets, but bitch, you are. It's the fact that you had an opportunity to just go and get your shit from this dude and not sleep with him, and you slept with him intentionally just so the other girl would know that he's sleeping with other people. I I generally don't understand how this is even a conversation. You are for the streets, though, babe. You are for the streets. And you might as well just tell him that you got pregnant by your ex. Get your stuff and leave so he can go find somebody he really want to be with. Because he's never going to be with you. He's never going to marry you. He's never going to do anything for you. You are a dirty ass bitch because you keep trying to trick him into being your baby father when you know damn well he's not the father of your child. And what's killing me is that you willingly slept with this other dude, no protection, knowing that it was possible that you can get pregnant, and now you sitting up here mulling over the fact that you're pregnant by your ex, and you trying to pin it on this other nigga that you with, and you didn't even have the decency to clean yourself up when you 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 slept with one dude and did not shower. Just went to the other dude's house and slept with him the same night. That's nasty, bro. Like you couldn't wash, like you couldn't be fresh, like that's gross. That's disgusting. I am so disgusted. Yes, not the streets will always call you when you exit your house. Aaliyah is a fucking fool. Just nasty. Just nasty. Like this it's just gross. You could have did anything. Y'all listen, that's my Freestyle Wednesday for today. I'm gonna get out of here. I hope y'all enjoyed the double whammy episode. I know it was long, but I had to do the podcast with the girlies. Please don't forget to follow me over to Down for the Counts page. Well, tomorrow we're gonna be talking about SummerSlam. Probably gonna go over some more evolution stuff so the guys and Bree can have their conversation about it as well. I hope y'all enjoy, and if you don't mind, check out the other podcasts that I love so much. You got Get Your Podcast. We have Smacking It Raw's podcast, Know the Ropes, Wrestle Addicts, King of the Ring. We have so many different podcasts that I love and have and give so much great information. Coaches podcast, you name it, they do it. Okay. And Marks with Mics. They are some of my favorite podcasts that you guys should go and check out. They also do some really good topics. They have some real fun episodes over there that I think y'all will really get down with and enjoy. So go and check them out. Don't forget to check out the stuff I want to talk about podcast. It is also up on Spotify. It goes live on YouTube as well on my other YouTube channel. So go and check that out. If you want to hear stuff about music and movies and TV and just anything I want to talk about that week, that's what we're talking about. Okay. So we got a lot going on. Okay, we got a lot. But don't forget to follow me over on Down for the Count so you can listen to Midwest Melanin Mafia. And as always, all of my socials are always scrolling at the bottom. Okay, you guys can find my commentary over there on TikTok and on Instagram. I also oh, what else is up there? Really don't matter. You can become a member. AT2 just gifted me 5 memberships, and I am going to give them at random when I go live next week. I'm going to give out the memberships then. I appreciate every single one of y'all for joining me and having this conversation with me about wrestling and here in the SBC chat. We will come back on Friday, talk about wrestling, and also we'll do some Reddit posts to kind of calm the storm because, baby, we need palate cleansers because it's been a lot of wrestling. It's going to continue to be a lot of wrestling. With that being said, I'll see you guys Friday. Thank you so much for listening. Bye.
Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe for more wrestling content. Check out our merch and consider becoming a member for exclusive perks, special emojis, and members-only content.